Update. My girlfriend invited her ex over to my apartment and I'm absolutely livid right now. Original post. I live in a big city in my own apartment. My girlfriend Lily lives with her roommates, but if I'm being honest, she basically lives over here 80% of the time. Early today and yesterday, while I was at the gym with my friend Mike, she texted me that she had an old friend that she hasn't seen in a while that's in town, and that it would be nice to have a quiet place to catch up. I said they could use my apartment and then I'd go out for dinner with Mike so they'd have time to catch up. During this time, I'm at the gym, so I was in a rush. I didn't ask who she was inviting over, etc. Well, apparently I should have, as the old friend she was apparently catching up with alone in my apartment was her only ex-boyfriend, Kyle. Around 30 minutes after this conversation, I get a text from her saying they're at the apartment. I just said bet and continued with my friend. Mike and I finished our workout around 7 p.m. and decided to go to Whole Foods, as their hot and salad bars has some great food. We ate there and finished around 8:30. I'm on my way home now, and honestly, I wasn't expecting anything other than just saying hi and heading my ass to bed. Shit had been a long ass day, and honestly, I was just ready to get to sleep. I arrived home around 9 p.m. and at this point I had no idea if her friend was still over or not. I was secretly hoping they weren't, so I didn't feel like socializing at all. But hey, I'll take one for the team. When I walk into the apartment, I see some big-ass Timberland boots that obviously are a man's. I'm immediately like, F her friend. Brought her boyfriend, I'm going to have to stay up and socialize now. I take off my shoes and jacket and start heading down the mini hallway. As I enter the living area, I see my girlfriend sitting on the couch with a man at separate ends, but staring right at each other talking. My girlfriend notices me and jumps a little. I didn't really find this odd at the time, but now I'm thinking back on it, it makes sense. At this point, I'm still completely oblivious. I say hello and start walking towards the man. I'm looking around the house at this point for her friend, and honestly, I just thought that she was in the bathroom or some shit. I shake the guy's hand and say something like, "Hey, I'm Lily's boyfriend." He replied back that I'm Kyle, Lily's ex-boyfriend. I was like, oh, my fault, I thought you were her friend's boyfriend. Then it got a little quiet and I rapidly came to the realization that my girlfriend has just been alone with her ex in my apartment for the last couple of hours. I look at my girl and say, "So I'm taking this was your old friend?" She said, "Yeah," in a soft-ass voice. At this point, I wasn't letting myself jump to any conclusions, but I'm tired and I don't feel like socializing. I'm also now upset that my girl was just chilling with her ex in my apartment. It got quiet again and these two made zero effort to continue whatever conversation that they were having just moments ago. Lily asked how my day was and I was like, it was fine, I guess, again getting the vibe I'm interrupting something. At this point, I'm fed up. Only like a minute or so had passed since my question to her, and I look at him and ask Kyle, "Hey, do you mind ending it here for today? I actually have some things I got to talk to Lily about." He said something like, "She invited me over though, and we're still reminiscing on the good old days." I look at Lily, she can't even look me in the eyes. I look back at Kyle and say, "All right, let me rephrase it. This is my apartment, and I'm telling you to leave." He then looks at her and says, "Do you want me to leave?" At this point, and I'm not proud of it, I completely lose my shit, saying, "What the F do you mean by that? I don't give a shit if she wants you to leave or not. I'm telling you to get the F out of my house." Lily is telling me to calm down and turns and tells him he needs to leave. Kyle gets up and heads towards the hallway to get his shit. I follow and he ends up leaving. I come back and Lily is now pissed at me saying, I embarrassed her. I embarrassed you? She then goes on about how my reaction is totally uncalled for as she told me he was coming over and asked. I was like, no, you said an effing friend was coming over. A freaking friend. Not once did you mention this friend was male, much less your effing ex. She then says my reaction was BS and that I acted like an ass. I tell her, you were with your effing ex in my apartment. Do you not understand how much of an F that you come across as? I then ask her why the F you all are meeting in the first place, and then she tells me he's going through rough times and needs someone to lean on, and that she just wanted to be there for him as he's a nice person, and that by hanging with him in my apartment it shows nothing shady is going on. I explained how that is BS and that if my ex started having issues and I was the one comforting her, she would be pissed. She was like, no, she'd understand because she has empathy. I was like, that's BS, Lily. You got pissed at me at the gym because I smiled when a girl had complimented my form when lifting. She then was like, she's done talking, and stormed out. I didn't say anything. I didn't chase, haven't reached out. I just sat on the couch and thought about what the F just happened. I then called my father, who gave me some great advice. She then texted me 2 hours ago, can we talk? I'm sorry for not telling you it was my ex that I invited over. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Nothing happened. Nothing is going to happen. I love you. He messaged me out of the blue and he needed someone to talk to. I didn't think that much of it. I'm sorry for deceiving you. That sounds like BS, right? I didn't think much of it, then followed by sorry for deceiving you, like, obviously you did think about it or you would have been truthful. I wanted to talk to him at your place because I didn't want you to assume something else was going on. Please talk to me. I love you. Obviously, if she sees this, she'll know I'm talking about us, but she doesn't use Reddit. I haven't responded yet. I'm leaning towards wanting to break things up with her after talking about all this with my pops. Not for her talking to him, but for how I felt in the moment of it all happening. It's a huge red flag for me that she said old friend instead of ex. I still don't get it. In the moment of me getting visibly upset with her ex, she didn't take my side once. When I was nice before I even recognized him, it felt like I was the odd man out. I just felt like she doesn't respect me. Not on some 1950s crap where the woman has to respect the man, but if the roles were reversed and I was with my ex at her house, I would have backed my girl when she was getting mad. I would have called my ex out for talking cocky to my girl, etc. I'm still very pissed, so I don't think I should be talking to her right now. It's currently around 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm just effing tired. I'm just pissed. Now for the comments before reading the update. A, it's your residence. Who you allow in it is your call, just as who you kick out of it. B, if the guy copped an attitude towards me in my own home, I'd kick him out as well. Oh wait, I have done that, so no judgment here. C, yes, your girlfriend should have explained the situation, that it was her ex, etc., so you weren't blindsided. She didn't. That's on her. D, yes, your girlfriend didn't explain it because she was already assumed that if she did, you would not only not allow her to use your place for the meeting, but may have not wanted that meeting to occur at all. So she didn't, kept it vague, and assumed that the ex would be gone before you got home. You've got every right to be pissed. I would be as well. Watch your back. An ex showing up can mean nothing or can lead to a total breakup depending on how things go. Yes, this is from experience when the ex of my then girlfriend showed up out of the blue wanting her back and she took him back. That started, by the way, with a let's meet and talk between the two of them. The talk was him wanting her back. Watch your back. An ex showing up can mean nothing or it can lead to a total breakup depending on how things go. Even if they aren't an ex, it can be just about the same, to be honest. I was with my ex for about 4 years, living together for 3 of those years, had plans to get engaged, and one day, out of nowhere, she tells me a friend of hers just got into town to visit, so asked if they could come over to our place instead of them all going out. 10 minutes later, 2 guys and this woman show up, and I thought they were all cool and had talked to one of the guys about video games and crap. I went out for a smoke to come back in to my girlfriend sitting on the couch next to the guy I had just talked to with her arms around him like they were cuddling. Her and I talked about it, and she said that she was just happy to see her friends after such a long time, so I didn't bring it up again. 3 weeks later, she posted a picture of the 2 of them together with some caption saying how she loves him more than anything and is so thankful to have him back in her life, while we were still dating. I brought it up, found out that they had been getting really close ever since that night. She didn't beat around the bush with her response. I was shattered. So much so that I was at the point of just not wanting to deal with any of it. Told her we should just stop and that I wanted to still have her in my life, so we sort of broke things off on good terms, but ended up cutting off contact completely after 2 months because of how much I struggled to deal with it all. It's been almost 7 years since, and they are still together, I believe. Yeah, reminiscing about the good old days when we used to F? Nah. Sitting with someone you used to love, talking about how nice you had it, just F off and go back to him. She clearly hasn't let go completely, and having him around is trouble, and there's nothing you can do to change that, speaking from experience. Wow, this isn't even red flags, this is just 100% red. So many boundaries crossed, and what an a-hole this guy is to be asking her if he should leave your apartment. This is around the time I'd either be kicking her to the curb or installing cameras. Your girlfriend is shady as F and is disrespecting so many boundaries. If something hasn't already happened, then it's about to. Rough times and someone to lean on sounds like the start of about 60% of infidelity stories I see on Reddit. I didn't break down the whole red flag thing in my comment, but your comment opens that door, so the vagueness of who she was meeting and why, I kind of addressed this, but it speaks volumes as to her mindset going into the situation. She already knew it was sketchy and wanted to keep the details from her boyfriend. 2, OP coming home to find both on the couch, so girlfriend and ex show up, she takes a seat on the couch and ex takes a seat as well. Not in a chair, that's a, oh, let's get close move if there ever was one. So ex wasn't meeting her just to unload his troubles to a friend, it was to get close to her physically. About 2 hours alone, you can bet that ex tried to get even closer in that period of time. 3, the conversation stops when OP gets home. Sure, ex and girlfriend might have thought it was too personal for OP to be included in, or that conversation may have been something other than ex's troubles, which I'm going to lean towards due to 4. 4, when told to get out, ex looks at OP's girlfriend and asks what she wants. That is the power move. It's your decision if I leave or not. Do you want me to stay here with you? Decide girlfriend, ex-girlfriend into the ex. This is where the whole situation, the way that I interpret it, was ex testing the waters to see if he can get OP's girlfriend back with him, and not just some, hey, can I come by and you console me over my troubles. 5, OP's girlfriend then getting mad at OP and defending her ex. Yeah, that speaks volumes as well, that the meeting wasn't just to help her ex through some consoling over troubles, and that the talk was more than that. The whole both on the couch, the entire do you want me to leave, all show signs that ex tried to get her back, and girlfriend still has feelings for ex that made her come to his defense over OP. Now for the update. This crap is long, so I doubt you actually want to read it all. Sorry, I just poured my thoughts into it. It's currently around 7 p.m. when writing this, and honestly, the last 13 hours I've been up have been effing draining to say the least. I awoke in the morning to my phone going absolutely nuts with notifications from Reddit. I'm honestly like, oh my goodness, why the actual F did I decide to pour my personal thoughts out into a Reddit post? I began to scroll y'all's comments, and to say I was shocked is an absolute understatement. Literally, almost all of you are actively taking my side. And I mean, I was just scrolling this morning just looking for that one comment that was taking hers. It did not come up. What surprised me the most were the amount of women in this thread that said they would never do this to their man and that it was beyond disrespectful. I mean, those comments hit the hardest this morning, as those were my thoughts exactly. Last night was an effing stress storm for me, to be honest. I couldn't believe what the F had just happened. As y'all can guess from my post, I live alone, so there wasn't anyone at my crib that I could talk to, so I decided to call the one man that's had my back since day one, my pops. As many have messaged me and may have commented, I will go into detail on what exactly our phone call entailed. First, I'm going to go back to when it originally happened so that it makes more sense. Also, when reading back my thoughts from last night, it was clear that I was rushing at the end and honestly just fed up with everything at that point, so I skipped a lot of details. Okay, to start, Lily had just stormed out of my apartment at this point when I called her out that she wouldn't be effing okay with me meeting with my ex because they needed someone to lean on. Like I said before, I didn't call out, text, or follow her. At this point, I am effing furious and I can't believe What the F just happened? I take a seat on the couch and try breathing exercises. I'm trying to calm down, but it's no use because I keep remembering Kyle asking, "Do you want me to leave?" to my girlfriend. I didn't really elaborate on this beforehand, but that shit effing sent me to another world, and I was absolutely about ready to lose my shit to the max. I just kept telling myself it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. At this point, all I want to do is beat Kyle's ass, and all my methods for calming down were falling apart at this point. I just said, F it, and picked up my phone and said, "Siri, call old man." I honestly didn't know what I was going to say at this point, but I knew if there was one person who could get through to me, it would be my pops. Now, I don't remember the exact dialogue that exactly went down, but I'm going to try my best to be as accurate as possible. Phone dialing dad picks up and says, "I seen it already Vooch dropped 43 on my ass." I started laughing a bit and say, "It's not about that, Dad. I just got into a huge effing fight with Lily, Dad. I'm really effing pissed. I don't want to do anything stupid." Whoa, okay, where are you right now? Are you with her? Are you guys okay? "Dad, I'm at the crib right now, and she just stormed out. Yes, I'm chilling. I just don't know what to do." Me. There's a long pause after this, and I hear my pops take a deep breath and say, all right, hit me." I began to give him the whole rundown I gave you guys in my last post. The whole time my pops is dead silent, doesn't say a word. I finish up the story, and all he asked was, "What does Kyle look like?" I won't lie, this caught me off guard because I was like, "Damn, Dad, why the F does it matter what he looks like?" I responded, I don't know. He was white with long curly hair, etc. Why? My dad was like, no, how tall was he? At this point, I'm like, what the F, Dad? I don't know, his ass was maybe like 5'9" max. My dad laughs a bit and says, and explains the Timberlands thing, effing male equivalent of heels. I didn't realize it yesterday, but what my pops was doing was what he always does. I literally can't stay pissed if I laugh, and my dad can make me laugh on demand. I started laughing and I was like, you're right. He then was like, "How much do you think he weighed?" I had to think for a minute, but I was like, maybe $155-ish. My pops then brought up the argument between Kyle and I. "You said Lily told Kyle to leave after you started to get mad, right?" "Yeah," I responded. My dad pauses for a long time again and takes another deep breath. My name. I wouldn't be surprised if this situation is a lot deeper than it seems. It speaks volumes to me that she only rallied for him to leave after you began to get real upset. My name. You were 6 feet, 190 pounds, and were just disrespected in your own house by a man that you do not know. When a woman cares for someone, the last thing that she wants is for him to be in harm's way. She understood exactly what was going to happen if the situation continued to escalate, and she chose to get Kyle out of harm's way, followed by switching all the blame to you and leaving. Honestly, son, where do you think she's at right now? I didn't say anything, and I knew what he was implying. I know it hurts, but promise me you won't do anything irrational. She made her decision that there's not much you can do to change it. You've proven your whole life you're one of the ones that you don't lose yourself now over something that will just end up a tiny bump on the road map. I mean, seriously, I couldn't be more effing proud of you, son. You're 22, living on your own in the city, and you have your shit together. That's rare. My name, you're rare, my name. The right woman like your mom for me, I laughed a little, will walk into your life when you least expect it. Don't waste your energy. Everything happens for a reason, son. I paused for a minute and said, thank you. I needed this, Dad. My dad laughed. Of course, your mom and I are always here for you. Ends the call. Fast forward back to this morning. I couldn't sleep for the last night, so this morning was just completely ass. Lily was blowing up my phone the whole night, apologizing and begging for my forgiveness. It's around 11 a.m. at this point. I'm completely just over the situation. I still haven't responded to her since she stormed off last night. In my opinion, she made her choice. However, I got a long-ass week ahead of me and can't be having this shit continue to impact me this much going forward. I ate something and headed down to my apartment's local gym just to run. On lifting days, I go to a private gym, and on cardio days, I use the apartment's gym. Running is therapeutic for me. Around 1 o'clock, I got a phone call, and you guessed it, it was from Lily. No part of me wanted to pick up the phone, but we've been dating for 2.5 years. I felt obligated. I pick up the phone. What's up? I say, to be immediately met with crying, I'm sorry, my name, I love you to death. Please just talk to me. I shouldn't have left last night. I panicked. You know I love you, my name. I didn't say anything, my name. Please talk to me. This isn't right. Please just talk to your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I told you nothing happened. I won't ever talk to him again. Please, I beg, can we just talk? At this point, the realization of my feelings for her started to really kick in. Instead of anger, sorrow, or any emotion, to be honest, I just felt a sense of indifference when she spoke. I responded, can you come over around 3? Still crying at this point, yes, 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 she says. Okay. I say, ends the call. I'm just sitting on the sofa right now at this time waiting for 3 o'clock to roll around. Scrolling through the comments on my previous post, knock knock, I hear from the hallway. Shortly after, I see my girlfriend emerge from the mini hallway. She begins to start smiling and crying while wiping her tears. Again, I take notice of how I feel at this moment, a sense of indifference, a feeling I don't care about anymore. It really started to hit me, 2.5 years wasted just like that. The woman who I cared so deeply for just 24 hours before is now in front of me crying, and I don't feel a thing. Lily, it's over between us, I said. Completely shocked, she barely manages to mutter out, what? While still crying, it's over, I repeated. My name, my name, my name, my name. No, 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 please, I'm sorry, don't end this between us, I love you to death. She said hysterically. Now I won't lie, that last bit hit hard, I mean effing hard. I couldn't mask it anymore. The lid had been broken. Don't end this between us, I say. Lily, I'm sorry, I can't take this shit anymore. I don't know what impression I gave you over our relationship, but I won't stay in a relationship with a woman who thinks that little of me. You made the decision to end shit between us when you invited your ex into my apartment behind my effing back, Lily. That is something I refuse to let slide. At this point, my thoughts just begin to flow out of my mouth like an effing tidal wave. No man is that cocky for no reason, Lily. I'm not an effing fool. You gave him some type of reassurance to give him the confidence to act like that. Shit, you even backed him in front of me. Why the F would I stay with someone who's not going to have my back? Absolutely bawling at this point, she says, I'm sorry, my name. I love you. I'm so sorry. You all call me whatever you want, but at this point I just went soft. I didn't have the heart to keep drilling her anymore. She was just breaking down, crying uncontrollably. I just sat down in silence. I'm sorry, it won't ever happen again, my name. I love you, only you. I won't ever talk to him again. I won't, I promise. Please just give me one more chance, said Lily. I'm completely silent. I mean, there was just a huge effing pressure off my chest. It felt like my rib cage was going to crack under the pressure. Sat there silently listening to her crying. I remembered one of my favorite songs. I'd rather have loyalty than love, because love really don't mean jack. See, love is just a feeling. You can love somebody and still stab them in the back. It don't take much to love. You can love somebody just by being attached. See, loyalty is action. You can love or hate me and still have my back. 21 Savage. I just kept repeating those lyrics in my head over and over and over again. To many, it might seem that she said all the right things, but to me, actions speak louder than words. Last night, she chose to make her decision on us through her actions. And since actions speak louder than words, it really didn't matter what she said. I'm struggling to keep it together at this point. I really did love her. Shit, I still effing do. But I understand this was what's best for me. I wouldn't have been able to trust her again. You can't be in a relationship without trust or loyalty. I lost both from her. As she cries, I look up and I say, Lily, please, it's over. There's no saving this. She looks at me and says my name. No. Please, just stop it. It's over, I interrupt. Please just do us both a favor and take your things and leave. It's over, let's just end it here. She doesn't say anything and gets up and starts grabbing some of her things around their apartment. I grabbed a garbage bag and helped her pack. She left the keys to my apartment on the table and left. This all finished up around 4:30 today. I've just been sitting here trying to process what the F just happened. Honestly, it all just doesn't feel real. I never intended on posting on Reddit yesterday, but I just needed a place to effing vent, and since it blew up, it felt like I should update you all today. It's 7:35 as I finish writing this. I'm effing hurt. To anyone who actually read this long-ass update, thank you. To those who commented on my previous post, thank you. I effing needed a place to vent last night. That's all for today. If you're enjoying this story, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you.